Welcome to 5 failed conspiracies that nearly rewrote history, uncovering plots that almost altered the world, timed for Guy Fawkes Night on November 5th. In 1605, amid religious tensions in England, a group of Catholic conspirators led by Robert Catesby plotted to blow up the House of Lords during the state opening of Parliament on November 5th, killing King James I, his queen, and eldest son, Prince Henry. They recruited Guy Fawkes, an explosives expert, to guard 36 barrels of gunpowder hidden in a cellar beneath the building. An anonymous letter tipped off authorities, leading to a search on November 4th where Fawkes was arrested. The plotters fled but were captured. Fawkes was tortured, confessed, and all were tried and executed by hanging, drawing, and quartering in 1606. This failed scheme led to stricter anti-Catholic laws and annual bonfire night celebrations. Was the Gunpowder Plot a terrorist act or a fight against oppression? Share your thoughts below. Next, the German officers' bid to kill Hitler.
In 1944, during World War II, a group of German military officers led by Colonel Claus von Stauffenberg plotted to assassinate Adolf Hitler and overthrow the Nazi regime. On July 20th, Stauffenberg planted a bomb in a briefcase during a meeting at Hitler's Wolf's Lair headquarters in East Prussia. The explosion killed 4 people and injured others, but Hitler survived with minor injuries due to the table shielding him. The conspirators initiated Operation Valkyrie, a plan to seize control using reserve army units, but delays and miscommunications led to its failure within hours. Over 7,000 people were arrested, and around 4,980 were executed, including about 200 key conspirators like Stauffenberg, who was shot that night. This plot highlighted internal resistance, but strengthened Hitler's paranoia and control. Was the July 20th plot heroic, or are all acts of political violence wrong?
Heroic.
Tell us below. Next, the alleged American business plot against FDR.
In 1933, amid the Great Depression in the United States, a group of wealthy businessmen allegedly plotted to overthrow President Franklin D. Roosevelt and install a fascist dictatorship. Retired Marine Corps Major General Smedley Butler testified before a congressional committee that he was approached by bond salesman Gerald C. McGuire, acting on behalf of industrialists like those from DuPont and J.P. Morgan, to lead a coup using 500,000 veterans. The plan involved seizing Washington, D.C. and forcing FDR to step aside or become a figurehead. Butler reported the scheme to authorities in 1934, leading to the McCormack-Dickstein Committee investigation, which found evidence supporting Butler's claims, but recommended no prosecutions due to lack of direct involvement proof from the named financiers. The plot faded without action, but it exposed tensions between business elites and New Deal policies. While this plot failed, how does fascism continue to threaten America? Tell us below. Next, the Cato Street Conspiracy in Britain.
In 1820, during a period of political unrest in Britain following the Peterloo Massacre, a peaceful demonstration for political reform demanding a voice in Parliament turned deadly when cavalry charged into the crowd, resulting in numerous deaths and injuries. A group of radical reformers, known as the Spencean Philanthropists, plotted to assassinate the entire British cabinet during a dinner at Lord Harrowby's home on February 23rd. Led by Arthur Thistlewood, the conspirators gathered at a stable on Cato Street in London, armed with pistols, grenades, and swords, planning to decapitate the ministers and spark a revolution. An undercover government spy, George Johnny Edwards, infiltrated the group and alerted authorities, leading to a raid by Bow Street runners and soldiers. In the ensuing confrontation, 1 officer was killed, but 13 plotters were arrested. 5, including Thistlewood, were tried for high treason and executed by hanging and beheading in May 1820, while others were transported to Australia. This failed plot justified harsher laws against radicals and delayed reform movements. There are times in history, such as the American Revolution, where violence that goes with a political uprising is viewed as favorable, while most often it is viewed as terrorism. What is the difference? Tell us below. Next, the Rye House Plot against Charles II.
In 1683, during England's turbulent Restoration period, a group of radical Whigs, opponents of royal absolutism, plotted to assassinate King Charles II and his brother James, Duke of York, at Rye House in Hertfordshire. Led by former Cromwellian soldiers and Republicans like Richard Rumbold, the conspirators planned to ambush the royal entourage on their return from Newmarket races on March 22nd. They aimed to spark a rebellion and prevent James, a Catholic, from succeeding the Protestant Charles. A coincidental fire in Newmarket forced the royals to leave early, avoiding the trap. Informants reported the plot, leading to arrests by June 1683. Key figures, including Rumbold, were tried. Some, like Lord William Russell and Algernon Sidney, were executed for treason by beheading, others exiled. The failed plot strengthened Charles's authority, tightened anti-dissenter laws, and delayed constitutional reform. Today, Catholicism has nearly twice as many followers as Protestants. Would that be different if the plot succeeded? Share below. That's The Last Plot. Watch for the compilation 5 Failed Conspiracies that nearly rewrote history. Don't ambush us. Subscribe to Short Bites of History.